So good morning and welcome to another day in the life of me. Today is the 6th of June, 2016. It is a Monday and Ramadan has begun.
There was a time when I was alone, nowhere to go and no place to call home. My only friend was the man in the moon, and even sometimes he would go away too. Then one night as I closed my eyes, I saw a shadow flying high. He came to me with the sweetest smile, told me he wanted to talk for a while. He said,
So let me break this down for you guys. So remember yesterday at the end of the vlog, I said that Ramadan has started and that I was going to show you guys how we start our days in this month. Well, what happened yesterday when I got back from praying called Taraweeh, which is a nightly prayer that will happen throughout this month now. It was midnight. Now, when I got in the door, I was tired as it was anyway, because of the day that I had before that. So if you guys remember or recall, I was up from like 20 to 4 in the morning, after going to bed at 1 in the morning, so only having 2.5 hours sleep. I then went through the whole day, no sleeping, no napping at any point, just smashing the day until I got home from Taraweeh prayer. Then I went and got changed. I came downstairs. The wife was already upstairs in bed. I'm not going to sleep because if I do, I won't wake up for something called suhoor, which is a morning breakfast which every Muslim should have during Ramadan. They should have this breakfast. It's a very special breakfast and it has very special rewards and benefit to your body to help you fast through the day. Because this is where people don't understand that. They find it really bizarre, like amazing how people are able, like Muslims can fast from sunrise to sunset, no water, no food, and they're like, aren't you starving? Well, if you don't have that breakfast, which is called suhoor, you're missing out on benefit. That's what you're missing from. There's some benefit in that breakfast, which is to help your body through the day. I had it a bit earlier, because what I do generally, because it's the summer months, and the sun is like that, I try not to eat too much food in one go. So, like, I'll give you an example. We'll be breaking fast today at 9:17. Now, at 9:17 tonight, which, I mean, right now, it's this is the time right now. Most Muslims wouldn't have eaten or drank anything for about 18 hours, 18 and a half hours. 18 hours. Now, the most important thing, obviously, to human existence is water. It is not food, because if you don't rehydrate, that's where your body loses a lot of its energy from. It's from being dehydrated. So by 18 and a half hours later from eating or drinking anything, if you haven't drank, if that is not the first thing you're doing, is eating fruit or drinking lots of fluid, then and you're filling your face with just like foody stuff, you know, you're gonna get sick and you're gonna get fat. So the most important thing you can do after such a long fast is to eat in really tiny amounts. So like me, for example, when I break my fast, I try to eat like fruit and drink lots of water. That's pretty much, and people find that quite shocking. They think you would stuff your face with loads and loads of food. That is the worst thing you can do. You have to find some control and stop yourself from eating like that. You know, you've got to stop yourself because it will make you sick. You will be ill. You won't feel good, and it's not good. Like for your own health to eat like that way. You know, after I pray our evening prayer, which is called Maghrib, we will eat something more. So I will eat then like a meal, but it will be of a small portion. It won't be like a normal portion that I would have had. It will be half or even a quarter of that same portion. Now you need to accumulate the same amount of calories that you need as a man or as a woman to function, like for your body's insides to work properly. Your brain, your heart, your lungs, all that stuff needs to work properly still, even though you're fasting. Now the best thing to do is to eat in small amounts. Now this is why I don't sleep during the Ramadan period in the night time, because it's too short. Because if you imagine, if you eat food and then you were to rest, that's the worst thing you can do. That's quite dangerous for your body. So what I do is I try to stay up. So I will stay up all the way through the night until it's time for suhoor again, which is our morning breakfast, our early breakfast, and get the benefits from that breakfast. Every day I do this, but yesterday that's not what happened. Instead, eating earlier, I started eating suhoor earlier. I fell asleep just like that. Like, didn't even realize it. I just went boom. I was out. The next time I woke up was at 5:30 this morning. That's the time I actually woke up. And then, what had I eaten? I'll tell you. All I had eaten was a lamb kebab with one naan. So by the time I finished eating, it was like maybe 2:30. And I only had drank half a cup of tea. Like half. So about this much fluid. When really I would drink a whole pint and half a cup and another pint of water. This is where I fell asleep. I fell asleep right there. Waking up, finding that I had kicked my tea, which was on this table, so that some of the tea had gone over here, was still not drank, and the TV was still on. So basically, what I'm trying to say is today is going to be a very hard day because I haven't eaten the quantity that I would need to eat in order to start the first fast. For example, I already have a small headache starting here. The plans today was to go outside and actually start de-weeding my driveway, because I don't know what's happened, but like over the past couple of days it's gone crazy. I want to go out there and do that, but I can't, because I know if I do something like that, it will really, really affect me later on. And I mean, let's not forget, it's only that time. The time I finish will be on this side here. So instead, I guess I'll use the time effectively. Really good things to be doing is to obviously read our religious scripture. Also, obviously I will still edit, because I have to edit. That doesn't change. Work is work. I'm going to go read some of the Quran, which is our religious book. This is just top tip for you guys, really. For you guys who are Muslim, and for those of you guys who are not Muslim, but obviously you have a YouTuber who is, I'll give you top tips of how to greet people who you meet in the street who are Muslim. They may come to your store, they may meet you at school, college, university, at work, wherever the hell it is. And obviously, if you can distinguish someone is Muslim and is not Muslim, you can use some Islamic greetings. For example, you can say to them, Salam. Very easy. Salam. And that just means, peace be upon you, or may peace be with you. And also, you've got things like that you can talk about, which is specific to this month. If you meet a Muslim, is to say things like Ramadan Kareem, or Ramadan Mubarak. It just means happy Ramadan. That's what it basically means. Or you can just say happy Ramadan, obviously. Finished vlogs 63, 64, and part 5 of the Uncharted series. I've been up here for ages. Such a headache, it's ridiculous. But I'm off today from work, and there's a really cool time lapse for me to record. So I'm going to set the camera up outside this window like that, pointing at that sun, and hopefully get the most amazing sunset to date. I'm going to head downstairs now. It's what time is it? It's 8:15. I've got to do a little bit of we call it ibadah. This is an Arabic word which means supplication. I don't know if there's a definition like that in the dictionary. Have a look. I don't know. But yeah, I've got to just do a little something because I'm fasting and stuff. I've worked all day. Now it's time to pray all night. No, I'm just joking. Not pray all night. Let's go out in the garden. I want to get some of the really nice fresh veg I've got growing in the garden to eat. I've asked the wife to make me something which is quite light. Salam. What are we having then? Are we having that fish thing? Hey, we're having the breast chicken. Because it's always nice to eat that kind of food. I know a lot of Asian kind of people, they love to stuff their face with curry after they finish fasting and they hoover it down. I'm not joking. I will show you because I'm going to go to the mosque and I'll show you guys how some Muslims eat after they've fasted the whole day. It's quite funny. But let me go outside and get some salad. So when it's time to break fast, everything's here. Let's go see. Alright, let's get some veg in the belly. There's normally big spiders. Look at this, look. Sorry guys, I forgot to show you. Look at this. Look what has happened to the gardenia. You see that? Look at the strawberries. Yellow lemon, some sort of Brussels sprouts. Oh my god, but you see that in the corner of it, those weeds? It's all gotta go. Anyway, let's start cutting my enormous plants to eat today. I got my little cutter. There we go. You see how much of it I've got? I'm just gonna cut it this much. Just so much of these are gonna go flowers, so we've got to get rid of these. Got some coriander as well. This is coriander. This is a little trick I learned from another gardener on the net is to take off what you want, not more than what you need. The plants that are in the garden still, it's like a refrigerator. So these won't die because this is their habitat, isn't it? We'll get a bit of thyme. Thyme is always good to have. I mean, once you get your herbs growing, you can't stop them. They just will keep coming back. But this is what we've come out to pick today, which is this like salad leaf. I'm going to put the camera down. This is really hard to do. Right, so this is what I brought back from the gardenia. A small bowl, kind of piled high, of all the greens that we've got out there. So I'm just going to clean all that, and then the wife can use it to make our dinner today, which would be lovely. Alright, it's getting a bit later. I'll put this camera to film. It records exactly 10 minutes of time lapse every time. It's perfect. But I wanted to have my fruit iftari today. We've got no fruit in the house, so I'm going to pop out, grab some fruit that I want. Alright, so I just came out of Aldi, my favourite shop. Can you believe I'll show you guys when I get home how much fruit I bought. But I basically bought like a box of fruit, of different kinds of fruit. Because I really want to have a nice fruit sort of iftar to do when I break my fast. And I need to find out what the word iftar means. But like when I break my fast, which is called iftar, I will definitely be having fruit today. I really wanted to have fruit. I didn't want to have anything else. So I'll show you guys when I get home how much fruit you get for your money's worth at Aldi. And bearing in mind that all that fruit that I bought just only came to £16. But it's approaching the time to break our fast. It's 9:05. Got roughly about 17 minutes or something left. So thank God I don't live far away from the shops. I can just literally drive back in like 2 seconds. There we go, look at this. This is what we got. Got some raspberry, got some blackberry, grapes. I've got some banana, it's good to have banana. Avocado, apples, galleons melon, it's called. I think it's satsuma. So that looks really refreshing, doesn't it? So now I just got to prepare it all. Let's get cutting. I will put a translation at the bottom here of what I'm actually reading right now. But it's time to break our fast, and as you can hear probably there's the adhan in the background. All Muslims break their fast with a date. This is like what our Prophet used to do, so we do exactly the same. And we read something before we break our fast. We start with Bismillah, اللهم لك أصمت وبك آمنت وعليك توكلت وعلى رزقك أفطرت. Bismillah. And that is the first piece of food I've had the whole day. It tastes so good. And dates are packed with all the fibers, sugars that you need. On my first day as well, I got this special water. It comes all the way from Saudi Arabia. It's called Zamzam water. Oh my god. That's the only water I've had the whole day. I can feel it working instantly. So here is my plate of fruit. Yes. It's packed with all the good stuff that you would want on a plate of fruit. So I'm going to stop talking. I need to eat and then go and pray my evening prayer called Maghrib. Then I'm going to have my fruit, then have my dinner. Boom. So I've just finished praying my Maghrib Salah. Now it's time to, or prayer should I say, sorry. We'll call it Salah as well. Time to have a drink. That water is so refreshing, it's so good. And that's why I chose to have fruit. A lot of the time people might be thinking, well, why don't you have the fruit as dessert, like after you finished eating? Well, believe it or not, the reason they always say have fruit as a breakfast rather than as like an afters thing is because the fruit rots in your belly. If you put normal like food in your, like say you eat spaghetti bolognese or a burger or something, and then you eat fruit, this fruit sits on top of the food you just ate, and it takes about 24 hours for your body to digest anything it eats anyway. So the fruit, by the time it gets digested, you get only rotten fruit for yourself. So this is why it's best to eat it beforehand, which is why I'm eating it now. After I have my delicious fruit, here's what the wife's made for me to eat. It's like these soft tacos with the asparagus, and this is Swiss chard. So I've just come out of praying Tarawih prayer, the nightly prayer, and it's now 11:45, and I'm heading home. We're going to start live streaming in a little couple of minutes, so hopefully you guys will join us. Late streams during this month.
I'm a lost boy from Neverland, usually hanging out with Peter Pan, and when we're bored